Hello YouTube, Jareth here, and welcome back to another episode of Subnautica. This is episode 4. Just want to start off by saying a massive thank you to CJ the Fish for being my first ever YouTube commenter, so big thank you to you, really appreciate it. So last episode we built this amazing base, got some power supplies outside, got a comms relay, which we got some messages from some other survivors, which appear in here. Just saying that there's some officer who's found some dry land. He's basically calling people over there once they get themselves set up. Got a distress signal from LifePod 17, and we got some coordinates for that, but I have no idea how we access them. Some guy's sending us poems, and we're getting just other messages saying that we're going to be here for a very long time. So we've got a med kit just as we walk in here. In fact, I'm going to take another one of those so we get some more generating. Since the last episode, I have expanded our storage slightly, and I've been just gathering resources ready for today, really. So I've expanded from just our normal 3 here to we've got a whole locker full of titanium now. We've got a fair bit of quartz. Went and collected a whole bunch of copper and lead, and found some gold on the way. Got loads and loads of coral from pretty much just outside, but brought it in here so that it's kind of nice and handy for us, as well as some mushrooms. This locker is currently just being used as kind of overflow storage for titanium, because I seem to have collected way too much, but we'll use it. It'll be fine. I've got loads more salt, so we can make some more water, and again, it's got more coral in here and some flares and stuff like that. Organics chest has just got some more coral and bits and bobs in it, and the mist chest is again just kind of just random stuff and some overflow from all the other chests. Let's pop that in here, and we'll just have another titanium chest, I guess. Chest locker. So, plan for today is to get geared up. So we've expanded slightly into in this area. So we've got our pod over there. We've got our new home, our new habitat here. We are actually fairly close to the Aurora. In fact, well, I say we're close to the Aurora. We're close to the Aurora's radiation zone. So if we swim pretty much past that ridge there, that's the radiation zone. We're getting too close to the Aurora there, and we'll need a special suit and all sorts of monsters and stuff that way. So what I'm thinking is we should expand, well not expand, but explore that way. So, in preparation for that, we need a few things. We're going to need the basics, such as a whole stockpile of water, food. That's actually going to last the journey. We're going to need lots more batteries. I've been using this thing loads, and it does take quite a bit of power. I worked out that when you're travelling along, for every kind of 4 seconds or 4 to 5 seconds that you use it going forwards, it uses 1%. So that essentially means we can go 5 minutes in any direction using this thing, or 2.5 minutes in one direction and then 2.5 minutes back. So, plan for today: get geared up, get a whole bunch of resources, and basically get ourselves ready to go and explore next episode. And we'll try and find ourselves some wrecks and some more technology, and generally just expand. So the idea is going to try and get hold of things like an air bladder, which essentially means we can get to the surface quicker. Going to try and build ourselves the still suit, so we get our water goes down a lot slower. So as you can see, it's going down quite quickly at the moment, and that also gives us bottles of reclaimed water, which I think give us 20 water back, and I think you get a couple of those kind of game day, so that'll keep us going while we're out there. Also want a rebreather. I've got no idea how deep we're going down, but I'd definitely like to not run out of oxygen. Probably going to craft ourselves another O2 tank as well. Now they don't automatically switch, I don't believe, and you can't stack them to have loads of basically just loads of oxygen tanks in your inventory, but I think you can swap them out while you're on the go, so we might be able to dive down, swap them over, and then keep going for a little bit longer, collecting stuff, doing those kind of things. Also want to make a couple of beacons. Now I'm assuming that life pod, that thing flashing there where our life pod landed, that's what the beacon's going to look like. So I basically want one beacon for this base, so that I know where it is at all times, and also want to take another beacon with us when we go and explore, just in case we find something really useful, which we need to come back to, and basically just pop it there so we know where it is. I don't currently have access to a compass or anything like that, so we're basically going to look at the Aurora, probably start at the life pod, look at the Aurora, and basically just make sure the pod's always behind us in the same place, and we'll know roughly which direction we're going. I think it's magnite that you need for a compass, which we haven't even discovered on this world yet. So that's another reason to get out of our base here, get out of the pod, and go and explore. So let's get some resources together and build some of this equipment. So the still suit needs 2 silver ore and 2 fiber mesh, and we also need a wiring kit and some fiber mesh there. So 3 fiber mesh. We also need the wiring kit, some more silver ore. So I believe, yeah, I've got exactly enough in here. That's pure coincidence. I've just been grabbing a whole bunch of things. What was the other thing I needed? I think that was it for one of them. There we go, still suit.
Still suit equipped and capturing body moisture.
Perfect. So that should, every now and again, give us some more water. Next thing is a rebreather, which you need the wiring kit for. Nice wiring kit there. It's enormous compared to what it's going to turn into. Rebreather. I'm guessing they haven't done the render texture for the animation and texture for that. Just a little box or question mark in it. So that automatically gets equipped there. Ooh. So let's build another oxygen tank. Where would the equipment oxygen? So titanium and glass. Do we have glass? That'd be. Oh no, it won't be in that one. I think I would have put it with the quartz if we had any. No, okay, so let's just grab some quartz and grab some titanium. Much easier making things now that we've got this little storage area going. I'm noticing my power's going down quite quickly with all this building, so I might need to upgrade that at some point. There we go, O2 tank. Yeah, just as I thought, it didn't go up then. But what I'm assuming, it is in the inventory, isn't it? Yep. Cool. So we go out here, swim, swim, swim. Oxygen goes down a little bit there. So we're at 99. And then we left click. Ah, it doesn't swap it over. Oh, I see. That's how you swap it over. Okay. So you unequip one and equip the other one. Okay. Next question. Do they both recharge when I'm at the surface? Ah, you have to equip each one. Right, so essentially what we could do, say we're swimming around for a bit, that one goes down to near 0, and we unequip it, equip that one, or equip the other one. There we go.
Caution, dehydration detected.
Ah, okay, so we can have 2. That's good. Right, so we'll have a backup one in case we'll get ourselves in trouble or get stuck in a cave or something like that. Assuming I have to swap them over, yeah, just to build them both back up. Okay, that's good. Let's try and avoid dehydration.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. So, other equipment that we need is the beacons. So let's try and make some beacons. So copper wire and titanium, and copper wire is just 2. Copper, so we need 4. So essentially, we want to make 2 of these. So 4 of those. Was it more? Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so go into here, go into wiring, copper wire. And then beacon. Oh, that's cool. It's got little inflatable bags. You should stay within 2 kilometers of the lifeguard or habitat at all times. Okay, is that a sneaky way of telling us that the world is only 2 kilometers wide? Don't know. Assume we can't put this in here. No, we can't put this in. So, I kind of don't want it next to the base, otherwise when we're in the base and looking out, if it is going to flash like that, it might just get a bit irritating. So we just pop that here. What can we do with you? Oh, would you look at that? You get the same flashing icon, but you can actually edit the text. Cool, so if I say this is home. Oh wow, that is going to be so useful. Start putting landmarks everywhere. Oh, maybe not too many, because I think all this flashing would get a little bit irritating. But that's awesome. Great. Do they take up a lot of space? No, they take up 1. Oh, okay. Maybe we can make a couple of those actually and take them with us in case we find wrecks to come back to. Yeah, let's make 1 more. We've got loads of copper at the moment, so oh, still got titanium on me. So, copper wire. Oh, if I'd known these were so simple to build at the beginning, I would have built them ages ago. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so we've got our beacons. In fact, I'm going to grab some of these. I'm going to go to the habitat builder, which I think I've put away. And what I'm going to do is build a locker. I'm going to pop it here. And essentially I'm going to go exploration. Or exploration. Exploring, there we go. And I'm just going to dump all the things that we need for our little trip in here. And then we can make sure we've got everything before heading out. Cool, so we've got an O2 tank, we've got some beacons, we've got our still suit, we've got the rebreather, air bladder. Air bladder's the next thing on my list. So how do we make one of those? Okay, is it equipment? Definitely saw it in here somewhere. There we go, air bladder. So I need silicone rubber and an air sac. Okay. So silicone rubber is 2 creep bind seed clusters, and air sac is one of the fish, I believe. So let's just go in here. Yeah, I've got one of those. Cool. Right. Let's go and explore a bit then. Let's see what this beacon looks like far away. And, one other thing I do need, if I can catch any, is some more fish, and we're going to cure some fish up. Make sure we've got enough food for when we head over. And one other thing we're definitely going to need is batteries. So I'm thinking if each battery gives me 5 minutes of use of this thing, and that's with the light off. I don't know if the light actually makes a difference or not. Gotcha. Hey, on a roll. Oh, these things also give me water, so I might cheat and use these instead of bleach. I don't give you as much water, but every little helps. Okay. Oh, got some quartz as well. Right, so we need some of these seeds. I've also noticed, actually, while we're over here, I'll show you guys something which I found. I can't remember where it is. Grab a whole bunch of these and we'll just store them up for when we need. Oh, inventory's full. Uh-oh.
Caution, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Well, that's awkward. Should have bought a new battery with me. It's around here somewhere. See, this is why beacons are going to be incredibly useful. No, Film is around here. Tell you what, guys, I'll pause, find it, and I'll come back. Okay, guys, back. Didn't find the wreck. That's what I was trying to show you. And again, another reason for these beacons, I can kind of highlight the wrecks. What I was trying to show you is that when you actually go to the wrecks, they have closed or sealed doors on them, which we need a laser cutter to open. And upon reading on the wiki inside those wrecks, we'll find new technologies and all sorts of supply drops and that kind of thing. Unfortunately, we can't actually make one of these because we need a diamond. Diamonds are found in some of the other biomes, some of them that are really deep down. So it looks like those wrecks are going to be sealed for us for a little while. Again, another good reason to go off and explore. Anyway, so we're currently making the air bladder. So let's go into here, make the silicon rubber. And then... Is it? Keep forgetting where this is. There it is. Make ourselves an air bladder. Again, I don't think there's a skin for it yet. Wonder what was that? Oh, that was this thing closing. Let's actually cook up this air sac fish, and we'll just eat that just to get it out of our inventory, and we'll equip this. Cool. So essentially, what these do actually is make a battery first, so we can actually go down somewhere deep and make a battery. Should we start trying to remember some of these recipes? Mushrooms and copper, that's nice and easy. In fact, we might as well make a whole bunch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make 8 batteries, and we'll stick them in a locker somewhere. And we'll grab a whole bunch of mushrooms. Cool. So just while I'm doing this, that air sac you can deploy when you are in deep areas, and essentially what it will do is allow you to ascend to the surface a lot quicker than if you were swimming. I'm not going to make that last battery because my power will run out in my base, and that was bad times for me. So let's just put these things away quickly. Don't know what I'm going to do with these other ones now. I've got space anywhere. Ooh, just about enough space. Cool. Right. I guess if you didn't know how to recharge these things, you just need a battery in your inventory. You just press R, and then there we go. Power. Cool. So let's find somewhere fairly deep. It's fairly deep over here. We are heading towards the Aurora though, so we might trigger radiation and stuff. But we'll give it a go. In fact, for our first little trial, I think this is deep enough. So I think we just equip it and right click, and there we go. We are now ascending towards the surface. And then as soon as we get to the surface, I think we just left click again. Ooh, right click again. It deflates, and then we can go back down again. Very, very simple. It does use 3 oxygen. So if you just watch the oxygen there, so I'm at 90, just wait for it to tick over, there you go, 93, right click, uses some of my oxygen to take me up to the surface. So you've got to be very careful that we don't go so deep and get into such a bad situation that actually using this will kill us. But then again, if we haven't got 3 oxygen, we're not making it to the surface anyway. We're pretty much as good as dead. Okay. So the last thing... What do I swim with this thing? The last thing we need to do, just to get together the last resources we need, is essentially the water and the food. Now I'm thinking the best food source that we've got is these fish. But they don't last very long. So... in one of these, there we go, a whole bunch of salt. So let's grab all the salt, and we'll grab some of this coral sample as well, because we're going to make some more water ready to go. Let's grab these fish here. I want to keep the air sacs for now, because they are quite useful. And what we can actually make instead of the cooked fish, let's actually make the cured fish. Now this does give you food, however it does cost you water to have. I think it's 2 water per fish that you consume. So you still get the full benefit of the nutrients of the food and all of that good stuff. But oh, I came very close to disabling my base then. Well, the power's slowly going up. Yeah, it's becoming daytime. Great. So yeah, you get the full benefit of the food, but it's -2 to your water. But with this still suit, we should get a little bit of that water back in the form of bottles. And we're going to be taking a sufficient supply of water with us anyway. Which you need to make with bleach. Okay, right. I'm going to check the length of the video and see if we've got enough time, and we may just make a run in that direction somewhere. Take all of our supplies with us, go as far as we can, try and find some interesting stuff, and then call it there. Be back in a second. Cool guys, I'm back again. We don't actually have enough time in this episode to go and explore, but I thought I'd just show you all the resources that we collected this episode, ready for exploring next episode. Try and find us some wrecks and some new technology, hopefully a new submersible, so we can go out even further and go deeper and just generally find stuff. So for our trip we have the oxygen tank, which will give us some more air if we swap it out as we're going along. We have 6 batteries in total, so doing a little test, managed to get about 5 minutes of use out of each battery, just constantly using the Sea Glide. So this should give us enough time to go out, find something interesting, place a beacon, come back. And what I've actually been thinking is if we do find some interesting biome with loads of resources and other bits and bobs, there's no reason why we can't just come back here early, leave a beacon there of course, gather some more titanium and glass, and essentially just build a temporary base over there with a fabricator and some storage and med kits, and just basically be self-sufficient over in this new biome. So if we have any resources, we just go to a different base. But anyway, that's for in the future. And we have this air bladder, which allows us to go to surface a little bit quicker. You've got a whole bunch of water, in addition to the water that we'll actually get from our still suit. So we get to reclaim water, which does cost food, but gives us 20 water, so we kind of have to balance it depending on how much food and how much we need the water. Got 3 med kits with us. We'll probably grab one more on the way out. And we've also got food in the form of these cured peepers and various other fish. So this food does take water, so we kind of balance it with the reclaimed water, which takes food, and basically just never goes rotten. So we can keep this on us as long as we need, which is exactly what we need for when we're exploring. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. Likes if you like, and I'll see you in the next episode.